Hi Aries, welcome to your weekly reading. We're going to start off with our oracle card for your week. So we have the number 9, connect to eternity within yourself. It says let yourself be held by love, which I do think is kind of the central energy that's weaving itself through your week. Here with the number 9, September could be significant, or the 9th of this upcoming month, August 9th, could be significant. Virgo could also be a significant placement or sign for someone. I was also hearing the word Solaris, like Solaris, so maybe that's a synchronicity for someone. But as you can see, this figure, she's kind of in this very like dreamscape type of situation. She's submerged in the water. So I think there's something about submerging yourself in your emotional world this week. Your emotional reality is probably going to be significant. There might be some type of revelation that's happening for you, some kind of inner work that you might be doing, or something that kind of has to do with emotional sensitivity. So maybe some of your emotions might come up for you to kind of study and understand, or like understand about yourself. We also have the colors like purple and pink and blue. So there's definitely an energy of creation. There's an energy of beauty and femininity going into this week. Your feminine energy could be getting activated in a new way. There could also be something around your dreams. You might be having like really vivid dreams, really symbolic dreams. I would definitely suggest that you have like a dream journal or something where you can write down what you were dreaming of the night before when you wake up in the morning. And so, yeah, we have connecting to eternity within. I think there's definitely something with your main spread. You have the High Priestess. So there's something around your intuition this week that is going to be very important, it feels, or very significant. This might be around a decision that you're being called to make. This could be around just paying attention to what you intuitively feel drawn to. Are there certain people that you feel drawn to? Are there certain interests that you have where you feel yourself wanting to like lean into those things? Are there certain environments, even like maybe there's like a random urge to go somewhere one day, or you have this like desire to take a different route somewhere. It's following those intuitive nudges and not just like pushing them to the side or ignoring them in favor of maybe like the usual routine, or in favor of like logic, because sometimes our logic can like override our intuition, but our intuition's always there. And I feel like with the High Priestess and this kind of connection to the feminine specifically, there may be something around your feminine energy where you're learning how to receive intuitive information and really sit with it and hold space for inner truth. There could also be some type of energy this week of you like noticing things about people, or like sensing things that kind of confirm your own inner truth, like something that you already know is being confirmed. You could also resonate as well with having psychic gifts, or you could even be very drawn to kind of like the spirit world or the spirit realm this week, where there's a lot of emphasis around like spiritual ritual practices. You could be someone who does meditation. Maybe you watch a lot of tarot readings, or you're drawn to kind of engaging more with like the spiritual world, whether that's through spiritual content, whether that's through things that you're reading, things that you're studying. You could even have your own practices that you're tapping into this week. And the number 2 could also be significant. We also have the Fool energy. So there is something that you're beginning this week, or there's a beginner's mindset this week where you might be trying something out for the first time. You could also be choosing to start something. I'm thinking of like starting a new series, like starting a new book series or like TV show, or just opening yourself up to the feeling of something new. We're also going to be entering a new month by the end of the week. So there is this like very fresh forward feeling. It's a lot of stepping into kind of an, I feel like almost like there's a feeling of stepping into an energy of ourselves where we are okay with not knowing things. Like we're okay with being uncertain. We're okay with figuring things out as they come, as they go, like crossing that bridge when you get there. There's less of this feeling of pressure. And I think if there is pressure that comes up, you're handling it really well. Like you're learning how to work with your own energy. You're learning how to work with your own maybe like overthinking or anxiety. And I think there is something about trusting that even in the middle of those moments when you're feeling scared or you're not sure about something, you still feel very rooted in yourself, that you're going to get through it, like you're going to move through it regardless. We do have the devil, so that's kind of the only like challenging energy or challenging sort of like imagery that's come up here. There could be something around a figure, like a person in your life who could like represent like temptation or a past version of yourself, like someone who maybe kind of triggers like old insecurities or old fears in you. There could also be something around you facing a past version of yourself to kind of like mend fences with that version of yourself. Also in this, the devil is smoking, so there could be something around like old habits that are dying hard this week, or maybe you are kind of looking at habits or behaviors in your life and even just like in your routine. Like maybe you need to adjust like your eating habits. Maybe you need to spend less time on your phone or like online. Maybe you need to spend more time in nature, or you're trying to like regulate something in your life that's been kind of like imbalanced, basically. Like maybe there's something about your routine or there's something about your choices where you don't really feel like satisfied with choices you've been making. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something that's like really, really negative, that's like horribly impacting your life. It could just be like the little things that you do that you're like, I don't really like that I do this, or it's not helping me, it's not making me feel better, it's not making me feel as productive, or like it's not giving me a lot of energy. So it feels like you're looking at habits this week. You could be focusing on like building new habits. That book Atomic Habits could be significant for someone, and also Capricorn energy as well. And I believe it's today that the moon is actually in Capricorn. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's something where you are looking at structure this week, or you're looking at the system that you've been operating from, and you're opening yourself up to asking those harder questions or being more honest with yourself about what's working for you and what's really not working for you. And I think there is something about like attuning yourself to finding ways to like be better about those things. And it's all just like little changes that you make that do make a world of a difference. And clarifying the devil energy is actually the Empress. So I do feel like your inner feminine energy, you could resonate with divine feminine, could be significant. There could also be more feminine energy around you that's coming in to support you. This could be friends, this could be like random, strangers that you come across that give you little like nuggets of wisdom, or they just share kindness with you, they share love with you in some way. And I do feel like you're going to be growing a lot this week, but it's in those like subtleties. You have a lot of major arcana, so I do feel like this week will definitely feel a little bit more transformative, even if it's just on the inside. And the back of the deck is the Page of Cups. So I feel like this week is going to bring out a very fresh, like creative, kind of playful side of you. I think you're going to be tapping into your inner child more. You're going to be feeling safe enough to have fun and to let yourself just breathe and live and play and just enjoy each day. So I'm looking forward to this week, and I hope you guys are too.